What's up, guys? Magicalibra here today, and I have got another card ruling video for you guys. This card ruling video is once per turn effect. So what is a once per turn effect? Once per turn effect is, generally stating, once per turn, do this. So how and when do you activate once per turn effects? Generally, a once per turn effect states once per turn, do this, period. You normally can only do that during your turn. But there are some exceptions and clauses to the rule. So if you see a card effect that says once per turn, comma, if, when, generally those two, this happens, do this, then that card effect can be activated also on your opponent's turn, not just yours. Some other exceptions to this rule is also once per turn quick effect, which means that it can also be activated on your opponent's turn as well. Now, how do you determine when a card cannot be activated on your opponent's turn? Well, you need to have a good basic understanding of spell speed. What is spell speed? Now, this is also part of the, I guess, once per turn clause. So, that will be my next ruling video, is spell speeds. So we're not going to get into that, but if you want me to do that, or if you want to learn about spell speeds, that'll be my next video for that. But anyways, back to once per turn clauses. So once per turn quick effect, you can do this. Means that you can also do it on your opponent's turn because it stated quick effect, which is a spell speed too. So you can also do that on your opponent's turn. Another clause would be to say once per turn if, once per turn when this happens, do this. That can also be activated on your opponent's turn as well. The other one that I can remember is once per turn during your opponent's turn, do this. Means that it does not activate on your turn at all. It can only be activated on your opponent's turn. So that's something to remember as well. So let's go ahead and use some card effects that are once per turn. Dragoon is once per turn. Let's see here. We want to find once per turns for us and for our opponent as well. We'll use the Dark Magicians, because all this is Dark Magician related, so that is, I would like to have my other cards in front of me. That is something I would like to do. Alright, Eternal Soul, Dark Magical Circle, Magician's Rod, I believe. No, not Magician's Rod. That is a once per turn. That is, I believe that is. I know that is. I'm going to double check. Yeah, it is. This is an interesting concept right here. They are not once per turn. Honestly, the cards you really want to have are cards that are not once per turn. Those are like the best. I guess that's a really good example right there. Alright. So here we go. We'll save these for last. Second to last, because that's like a really super strong card to use. We'll go for the spells. Alright. So what does Dark Magical Circle say? It says when this card is activated, which is not the spell effect, but the actual card being activated, not the effect of the card. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Then if you can reveal one Dark Magician or Spell Trap that lists his name in its text among them and add it to your hand and place the remaining cards on top of the deck in any order. Ignore that. The once per turn effect is now. If can be activated on your opponent's turn, your turn, whatever. If Dark Magician is normal or special summoned to your field, except during damage step, you can target one card your opponent controls as cost and banish it. It doesn't say once per turn, but it says if this happens, do this, which means it's not really a once per turn, but it can happen your opponent's turn or your turn. It is in a way a once per turn because the bottom effect says you can only use each effect of Dark Magical Circle once per turn. So that clause, that sentence makes each effect a once per turn effect. So that is something you'll see in a lot of card effects today. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. So you can only use each effect of Dark Magical Circle once per turn. So it makes everything once per turn. Eternal Soul says that, where's the once per turn effect? You can only use the following effect of Eternal Soul once per turn. You can activate one of these effects as cost. So declare which effect you're going to activate as the cost and then resolve it, which is declare special summon Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard, or declare add Dark Magic Attack 1,000 Knives from your deck to your hand, then resolve the effect, which is, doing that, So once per turn, you can activate one of these effects, which is special summon Dark Magician, add 1,000 Knives. So that's the once per turn effect. Because it's a trap card, though, that means you can also do that on your opponent's turn, because trap cards are not spell speed 1, they're spell speed 2. Generally, spell cards that are continuous are generally spell speed 1, unless they include the clause of if, when, during your opponent's turn, stuff like that, which makes them a spell speed 2 as well. Which I will be mentioning spell speed a lot in this deck, in this video. So maybe watch the spell speed video first and then come back here. I'll probably post it that way. That way I post up spell speeds and then once per turn. Stuff like that. Just kind of help you guys out. The Dragoon is the most contemplating one. It says once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, do this. But just in case you didn't understand that, it also puts quick effect just to let you know, hey, you can also do this on your opponent's turn. So once per turn, when a card effect is activated, quick effect, you can discard a card, negate it. If you destroy it, gain 1,000, So that is also a once per turn. The Dark Magicians is once per turn. If a spell or trap card or effect, this is what a lot of people misunderstand. I may go into detail about card text later, but when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, you're going to think, oh, so any effect? No, it's only the effect of spell or trap card, because it says if a spell or trap card, not the effect of the card, but if a spell or trap card or effect, which is referring back to spell or trap card. So if you activate a spell or trap card at all, or the effect of a spell or trap card, except during the damage step, you can draw one card. Then if it was a spell or trap, you can set it, and if it was a trap or quick play, you can activate it. So that's that's almost broken. But there's only two really good cards in the Dark Magician deck you want to do that for, and that is the Eternal Soul or a Random Floodgate. Gotta find it, hold on. If this card is destroyed, special summon both Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from hand, deck, or grave. So that is also something. One of the harder once per turns is Magician's Restage. This is a very hard card to play with, I'll tell you that. It says you can target one level 3 or lower spellcaster type monster in your graveyard as cost, special summon it. Cool. It states this effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. That means once you use the effect of this card, that's it. Gone. You can't do it again. You're going to have to remove this card from the field and then put it back on the field to do it again. That's how that works. If this card is sent to the grave, you can add a Magician's Continuous spell card from your deck to your hand, except the name of this card, which is Magician's Restage. So the once per turn is more along, this is more of a extremely hard once per turn, because it's not just during your turn, it's just once period at all. And because it's not a quick effect, which is, it doesn't say quick effect, it doesn't say if this happens special, it just says you can, which is generally once per turn during your turn. You know, you can target a level 3 or lower spellcaster from grave and special summon it. So that's a very hard, only one-time use type of card. So those are very, very hard to find, and they're not particularly all that good. There are some really old cards you probably find like that, but they're not really that good. This one's only good because if it were to leave the field, you get to search a card off of it. Now, these are the card I saved for last. These are not once per turns. And what do I mean by that? If you have a card that says, you know, generally you'll find cards that say once per turn this, once per turn that, during your opponent's turn, if this, if that, you know, once while face up on the field, do this, do this. Those are once per turns in a nutshell. What this card says is it does not refer to any of that. And these are the best cards you can find in the game, in my opinion. What it says is you can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one card, period. That's not a cost or an activated effect. It's a summoning condition, so your opponent doesn't know. You just discard and special, and then if they want to solemn strike the special, they can, but it's not an effect that they can negate. And it's not once per turn. So you can do all three of those like that, so long as you have 3 of the cards in your hand. The other effect is when this card is special summoned, or when this card is summoned, you can add 1 Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. So long as you have this card and a Dark Magician, discard Dark Magician special, activate effect, search Dark Magician, you know, discard the Dark Magician special again, search the other Dark Magician. That's a total of 3 already, so you can't search another Dark Magician. Oh well. But anyways, it's not once per turn. So you just discard 3, special 3, you know, pretty cool. Builds level 6 plays, rank 6 plays, that's pretty cool. So the special summon is not once per turn at all. The other effect is absolutely broken when it comes to supporting Dragoon, because he's a dark spellcaster. And that is, Apprentice says, during damage calculation. That's already big already, just because it says during damage calculation. Why? Because not many card effects say during damage calculation. A lot of them say during the battle step, the damage step, but damage calculation is the step after the damage step. So you know how Honest says during damage step, make your opponent's monster 0, or Dark Honest, same thing. That's damage step. You activate Dark Honest, it resolves. My monster's at 0. Damage calculation is not happening. I get to activate Apprentice. Her effect says, during damage calculation, if your other dark spellcaster monster battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard as cost. Resolving the effect states that monster you control gains 2,000 attack and defense during that damage calculation only. None of this card is once per turn. None of it. So that means Dragoon's battling, they use Dark Honest on it because they're attacking it with like a 100 attack point monster. They go Dark Honest, and Dragoon's at 0 now because Dark Honest doesn't target. So Dragoon just goes down to 0. During damage calculation, I boost Dragoon by 2,000 because this doesn't target and it's not once per turn. A Chain Link 2 boosted again, Chain Link 3 boosted again. Dragoon went from 0 now to 6,000 attack during that damage calculation only. So I'm just like, these are broken. But that's going to be our once per turn clause for today, guys. I will be making that video about the what was the video about spell speeds? That will be my next video I post up, probably before this one. But anyways, guys, make sure to look at the description down below, guys, because I have two links down in the description for you guys. One, they're both Discord links, actually. One is Team DMA, standing for Team Dark Magic Attack. That's right, it's a Dark Magician Discord group chat only. So if you guys want to join that, go talk about Dark Magician, definitely go join that down below. The link is in the description. But if you're wanting a more casual type of, oh, hey, I just want to talk, have fun, you know, play around, we have another Discord group chat called Deck Builders Incorporated. And there is currently no rules for the Deck Builders Incorporated. So have fun with that. But anyways, that group chat is, as you can tell, only for deck building, dueling each other, having fun, talking, all that. So if you guys just want to go in there and just talk about your decks that you like, if there is not a deck chat that I have listed, message me personally. My name is Magicalibra in the Discord, so just do @Magicalibra. Hey, can you make a deck room for this type of deck? You know, I'll make the deck room for you guys. That way you can just talk about that specific deck all you want. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and don't forget to sub. And just kidding.